The Tantrum Toolkit: How to Prevent and Handle Meltdowns.
Author J.H.
Published by Breezy Parenting. Introduction: Understanding the Tantrum Landscape. Parenting is one of life's most rewarding journeys, but let's be honest, it can also feel like navigating an emotional minefield at times. Few things test our patience and resilience more than tantrums. Whether it's the ear-piercing screams in the grocery store or the full-body meltdown over mismatched socks, these moments leave even the calmest parents questioning their sanity. But here's the truth: tantrums are not the enemy. They're a natural part of childhood development, a window into how children process emotions they don't yet have the tools to manage. So why this book? Because while no child is truly tantrum-proof, prevention and management are possible. Think of this book as your roadmap through the chaos, a guide to understanding what lies beneath those big feelings and equipping you with practical strategies to navigate them confidently. You'll learn to decode the roots of tantrums, prevent unnecessary meltdowns, and respond effectively when prevention fails. And perhaps most importantly, you'll discover that progress, not perfection, is the goal. By the time you finish reading, my hope is that you'll feel empowered, not just to weather the storm but to transform it into something meaningful. Chapter 1: Understanding the Roots of Tantrums. Tantrums are one of the most challenging aspects of parenting, yet they are also among the most universal. Every child, regardless of temperament or background, will experience moments when their emotions overwhelm them, leading to outbursts that can leave even the calmest parents feeling frustrated and unsure. But what lies beneath these meltdowns? To truly understand tantrums, we must first recognize that they are not random acts of defiance. They are responses to unmet needs, developmental challenges, or environmental triggers. By exploring the root causes of tantrums, parents can begin to see these moments not as battles to be won but as opportunities for connection and growth. One of the most common culprits behind tantrums is unmet physical needs. Hunger, fatigue, overstimulation, illness, and discomfort all play a significant role in a child's ability or inability to regulate their emotions. For instance, low blood sugar from skipped meals can make children irritable and short-tempered, while overtiredness leaves little room for patience. Similarly, environments filled with excessive noise, bright lights, or chaotic activity can overwhelm young minds, pushing them into sensory overload. When a child is physically uncomfortable, whether due to hunger, exhaustion, or pain, their capacity to manage stress diminishes significantly. Recognizing these physical triggers allows parents to address underlying issues before they escalate into full-blown meltdowns. Emotional needs are equally important in understanding tantrums. Children often act out when they feel misunderstood, powerless, or disconnected. Frustration arises naturally when they encounter tasks they cannot complete or desires they cannot fulfill. A lack of autonomy, feeling constantly controlled by adults, can lead to power struggles, while unmet attention needs may manifest as attention-seeking behaviors. Additionally, many children struggle to articulate their feelings, leaving them unable to express sadness, anger, or fear in healthy ways. When emotions go unrecognized or invalidated, they build up until they explode outward in the form of a tantrum. By validating these feelings and offering empathy, parents can help children process their emotions constructively. Developmental factors also contribute significantly to tantrums. Young children are still learning how to navigate the world, and their brains are wired differently than those of adults. Emotional regulation, the ability to manage big feelings like anger, sadness, or frustration, is a skill that takes years to develop. Without the tools to soothe themselves, children rely on caregivers to guide them through overwhelming emotions. Communication barriers further complicate matters. Without the vocabulary to describe what they're feeling, children resort to actions such as screaming, hitting, or throwing objects. Moreover, testing boundaries is a natural part of development. Through trial and error, Children learn about cause and effect relationships, often using behavior to explore limits. Understanding these developmental stages helps parents respond with patience rather than punishment. Environmental and situational triggers add another layer of complexity. Changes in routine, unexpected transitions, or overly demanding situations can unsettle children who thrive on predictability. Peer conflicts, such as arguments over toys or difficulties navigating friendships, can also spark emotional overload. Even parental stress plays a role. Children are highly attuned to their parents' emotions and may mirror anxiety, frustration, or tension. When life feels unpredictable or overwhelming, tantrums become a way for children to release pent-up emotions. Creating stable, supportive environments minimizes these external stressors and fosters a sense of security. Sensory sensitivities represent another critical factor in tantrums. Some children are more sensitive to sensory input than others, finding certain textures, sounds, or visual stimuli unbearable. Bright lights, loud noises, crowded spaces, or uncomfortable clothing can trigger meltdowns in sensory-sensitive kids. These reactions are not intentional misbehavior but rather responses to stimuli that feel invasive or threatening. Identifying and accommodating these sensitivities can prevent unnecessary meltdowns and create a calmer, more harmonious environment. Finally, many tantrums stem from a lack of skills in handling emotions. Children who haven't learned self-soothing techniques or struggle to understand their own feelings are more prone to emotional outbursts. Teaching emotional literacy, the ability to identify, label, and express emotions, is essential for helping children navigate their inner worlds. Simple practices like naming feelings, "I see you're frustrated," or using emotion charts can empower children to communicate their needs effectively. Over time, these tools build resilience and reduce the frequency and intensity of tantrums. Understanding the roots of tantrums transforms how parents approach these challenging moments. Rather than viewing meltdowns as deliberate attempts to manipulate or defy, parents can see them as cries for help, signals that something deeper is at play. By addressing physical needs, acknowledging emotional struggles, respecting developmental limitations, and adapting to individual differences, parents lay the groundwork for calmer, more connected families. The journey toward managing tantrums begins with empathy, patience, and a commitment to understanding the unique needs of each child. Chapter 2: The Art of Prevention. Prevention is the cornerstone of managing tantrums effectively. While no child is truly tantrum-proof, proactive strategies can significantly reduce the frequency and intensity of meltdowns, creating a calmer, more harmonious environment for both children and parents. By addressing the underlying needs that often lead to emotional outbursts, parents can anticipate potential triggers and intervene before frustration escalates into chaos. Prevention isn't about avoiding challenges altogether, it's about equipping children with the tools they need to navigate life's ups and downs while fostering resilience and connection. One of the most fundamental aspects of prevention is meeting physical needs. Children rely heavily on their physical well-being to regulate emotions, and when these needs aren't met, even minor frustrations can spiral into full-blown tantrums. Hunger, fatigue, overstimulation, illness, and discomfort are common culprits behind emotional meltdowns. To prevent hunger-related meltdowns, offering snacks at regular intervals ensures that blood sugar levels remain stable, keeping irritability at bay. Similarly, prioritizing proper sleep through consistent bedtime routines helps children feel rested and better equipped to handle stress. Reducing noise, chaos, and sensory overload also plays a critical role in creating a calm environment where children can thrive emotionally. When physical needs are consistently addressed, the groundwork is laid for greater emotional stability. Establishing predictable routines further strengthens this foundation. Children crave structure and security, and knowing what to expect provides a sense of control in an otherwise unpredictable world. Morning and evening routines such as brushing teeth, reading a book, or sharing a meal together create anchors throughout the day that help children feel grounded. Preparing for transitions like giving a 5-minute warning before switching activities allows them to mentally adjust and reduces resistance. Visual schedules, which use pictures or charts to outline daily tasks, are especially helpful for younger children who benefit from seeing their day mapped out visually. These small yet powerful practices not only minimize surprises, but also empower children to participate actively in their daily lives. Teaching emotional awareness and coping skills is another essential component of prevention. Emotional literacy, the ability to identify, label, and express feelings, is a skill that takes time to develop, but it lays the groundwork for lifelong emotional regulation. Naming emotions as they arise helps children connect their internal experiences with words, making it easier for them to communicate their needs. For example, saying, "I see you're frustrated because you want more playtime," validates their feelings and models empathy. Emotion charts, which display faces representing different emotions, can be used to encourage children to recognize and articulate their feelings before they escalate. Additionally, teaching calming strategies during moments of calm, such as deep breathing, counting to 10, or squeezing a stress ball, equips children with tools they can draw upon when big emotions arise. These techniques become second nature with practice, empowering children to self-soothe independently. Offering choices is another powerful way to prevent power struggles and foster autonomy. Young children often feel powerless in a world dominated by adult decisions, and tantrums can stem from a desire to assert control. By providing small, manageable choices, parents give children a sense of agency without compromising boundaries. Instead of outright refusal, such as saying, "No, you can't go outside," offering alternatives like, "Would you like to play inside now or go outside after lunch?" redirects their focus and encourages cooperation. Simple decisions such as choosing between 2 outfits or deciding which snack to eat allow children to exercise independence in age-appropriate ways. This approach not only reduces resistance but also builds confidence as they learn to make decisions within safe parameters. Positive attention is another key element of prevention. Children naturally seek connection, and when their emotional needs for attention go unmet, they may resort to negative behaviors to gain a reaction. Spending just 10 to 15 minutes of undivided quality time each day can work wonders in preventing attention-seeking tantrums. Whether it's playing a game, reading a story, or simply talking about their day, these moments of focused engagement reassure children that they are valued and loved. Praising good behavior reinforces positive actions, encouraging children to repeat them. Gentle physical touch, such as hugs, high fives, or a reassuring hand on the shoulder, further strengthens the emotional bond, reminding children that they are seen and supported. Setting developmentally appropriate expectations is essential. Young children have limited attention spans, impulse control, and problem-solving abilities, so expecting too much too soon can lead to frustration. Breaking larger tasks into smaller, manageable steps helps make challenges feel less overwhelming. For example, instead of simply saying, "Clean your room," guiding a child with specific instructions like, "First, put the books on the shelf," makes the process more approachable and increases their chances of success. Encouraging problem-solving rather than solving everything for them fosters independence and critical thinking. By providing support, celebrating progress, and emphasizing effort over perfection, parents nurture a growth mindset that builds confidence and resilience. Preparing for difficult situations is another proactive strategy that minimizes stress for everyone involved. Certain environments or events, such as grocery stores, restaurants, or social gatherings, are prone to triggering tantrums due to sensory overload, changes in routine, or heightened expectations. Explaining what will happen beforehand and setting clear guidelines helps children know what to expect. For example, saying, "We're going to the store. You can help me pick apples, but we're not buying candy today," establishes boundaries while involving them in the activity. Giving them a role, such as holding the shopping list or pushing the cart, keeps them engaged and reduces boredom. Carrying a comfort item, a favorite toy, blanket, or snack, can also provide reassurance in unfamiliar settings. Planning ahead demonstrates thoughtfulness and consideration, showing children that their needs are prioritized even in challenging circumstances. Modeling the behavior you wish to see is perhaps one of the most impactful ways to prevent tantrums. Children are highly observant and absorb cues from their parents' actions and reactions. Staying calm under pressure teaches them how to regulate their own emotions, while using a gentle voice and patient demeanor sets the tone for respectful communication. Yelling or reacting impulsively often escalates tension, whereas maintaining composure diffuses conflict and creates a safe space for resolution. Parents serve as mirrors for their children. When they reflect calmness, empathy, and consistency, children learn to embody these qualities themselves. Avoiding known triggers and adjusting expectations is a cornerstone of tantrum prevention. Think of it as proactive parenting. If you know your child tends to get overwhelmed in crowded stores, plan your shopping trips for less busy times or consider online options. If hunger is a trigger, pack snacks and drinks. Recognizing potential challenges before they arise allows you to create a more positive experience for everyone. Having realistic expectations is also key. A 2-year-old isn't likely to enjoy a long, leisurely dinner out. Adjusting your plans to their developmental stage can significantly reduce stress and the likelihood of a meltdown. Sometimes the kindest and most effective parenting is recognizing when to say no to an activity altogether. This isn't giving in, it's respecting your child's needs and fostering a sense of security. Finally, teaching self-regulation through play adds an element of fun to the learning process. Play is a natural medium for children to explore and process emotions, making it an ideal tool for building emotional intelligence. Reading books about characters managing emotions introduces new perspectives and coping strategies in an engaging way. Practicing stop and breathe games helps children pause before reacting impulsively, while emotion recognition games using cards or facial expressions deepen their understanding of different feelings. These playful approaches transform potentially daunting lessons into enjoyable experiences, embedding valuable skills in a lighthearted context. Preventing tantrums requires patience, creativity, and consistency, but the rewards are immeasurable. By addressing physical needs, establishing routines, teaching emotional regulation, and adapting to individual differences, parents create an environment where children feel secure, understood, and empowered. Prevention is not about eliminating challenges but about equipping children with the tools they need to face them with confidence. Through thoughtful preparation and unwavering support, parents lay the foundation for calmer homes, stronger connections, and brighter futures. Chapter 3: Managing the Meltdown When Prevention Fails. Despite our best efforts to prevent tantrums, there will inevitably be moments when emotions spiral out of control. These meltdowns can feel overwhelming for both children and parents, but they also present opportunities to deepen understanding and connection. When prevention fails, how we respond becomes crucial, not only in calming the immediate storm, but also in teaching children how to navigate big emotions in the future. By responding with empathy, patience, and consistency, you're helping them build emotional resilience, the ability to bounce back from difficult feelings. The first step in managing a meltdown is regulating our own emotions. Children look to their parents as emotional anchors, and our reactions set the tone for how they process their feelings. When a child is in the throes of a tantrum, their brain is operating in fight or flight mode, leaving them unable to think logically or self-soothe. In these moments, staying calm is not just a strategy, it's a lifeline. Taking a deep breath, lowering our voice, and maintaining a composed demeanor reassures the child that they are safe, even amidst their emotional chaos. Reminding ourselves that the child is not deliberately trying to make life difficult, but is instead struggling to cope helps us respond with compassion rather than frustration. This shift in perspective from viewing tantrums as defiance to seeing them as cries for help lays the foundation for effective intervention. Ensuring safety is the next priority. During a meltdown, children may act impulsively, hitting, kicking, or throwing objects as a way to release pent-up emotions. Removing dangerous items from their reach and creating physical boundaries protects both the child and those around them. If necessary, gently guiding them to a quiet, less stimulating space can help them regain control without feeling punished. This approach acknowledges that meltdowns are not acts of malice but overwhelming emotional responses that require care and support. By prioritizing safety, parents demonstrate love and concern, reinforcing trust even in the most turbulent moments. Once safety is secured, validating the child's emotions becomes essential. Acknowledging their feelings, saying things like, "I see you're really upset right now," lets them know they are heard and understood. Validation does not mean giving in to demands. Rather, it communicates empathy and respect for their experience. Avoiding lengthy explanations or attempts at reasoning during a meltdown is equally important, as logic rarely penetrates the fog of heightened emotion. Instead, simple, reassuring statements such as, "It's okay to be mad, but we still have to go," provide clarity without escalating the situation. By separating the emotion from the behavior, parents model healthy emotional expression while maintaining clear boundaries. Introducing calming strategies can further de-escalate the situation, though timing is key. Offering tools like deep breathing exercises, a comforting hug, or a favorite sensory item works best when the child shows readiness to engage. For example, suggesting, "Let's take 3 deep breaths together," or handing them a stress ball can redirect their focus and help them begin to self-soothe. However, if the child resists these interventions, forcing them can backfire, prolonging the meltdown. In such cases, waiting patiently while remaining nearby allows the child to release their emotions naturally before attempting to guide them toward calmness. Communication during a meltdown should be minimal yet meaningful. Lecturing or over-explaining often adds to the child's distress, as their overwhelmed brain cannot process complex information. Instead, short, gentle phrases like, "I'm here when you're ready," or "We'll talk when you feel better," convey presence and support without overwhelming them. Nonverbal cues, such as sitting quietly nearby or offering a reassuring touch, can also speak volumes, reminding the child that they are not alone in their struggle. In the midst of a meltdown, simplicity is key. Less stimulation, fewer words, and a calmer approach can help reduce tension and create space for connection. After the intensity of the meltdown subsides, reconnecting with the child is vital. A warm smile, a kind word, or a gentle embrace reassures them that the bond between parent and child remains intact, regardless of what transpired. Once they are calm enough to engage, briefly reflecting on the incident helps them make sense of their emotions. Asking questions like, "You were really upset earlier. What do you think happened?" encourages self-awareness and opens the door to problem solving. Teaching a specific coping skill, such as practicing deep breathing or identifying triggers, equips them with tools to handle similar situations in the future. These post-meltdown conversations plant seeds of growth, nurturing emotional intelligence over time. Finally, moving forward without lingering resentment is crucial. Holding grudges or shaming your child will damage your relationship and make it harder for them to develop emotional resilience. Instead, reinforcing positive behaviors such as noticing when they express frustration constructively builds confidence and motivates continued improvement. Consistency in responding to meltdowns ensures that each episode serves as a learning opportunity rather than a source of guilt or shame. Over time, this approach fosters resilience, empowering children to manage their emotions with increasing independence. Managing meltdowns is undoubtedly challenging, but it is also an integral part of parenting. By staying calm, ensuring safety, validating emotions, and teaching coping skills, parents not only navigate the immediate crisis but also lay the groundwork for long-term emotional regulation. Every meltdown is a chance to strengthen the parent-child relationship, instill valuable life lessons, and remind ourselves that progress, not perfection, is the goal. With empathy and perseverance, even the toughest moments can become stepping stones toward calmer, more connected families. Chapter 4. Applied to real-life situations. Tantrums are as varied as the children who experience them, and understanding the root cause behind each one is essential for responding effectively. While prevention strategies lay a strong foundation, real-life scenarios often require tailored approaches that address the specific needs of the moment. By recognizing the type of tantrum and responding with empathy and intention, parents can transform these challenging episodes into opportunities for growth and learning. In this chapter, we'll dive into 6 common types of tantrums, providing practical advice for navigating each specific scenario. One of the most frequent triggers for tantrums is frustration, those moments when a child's ambitions outpace their abilities. Imagine your child struggling to zip up their jacket only to throw it on the floor in tears. This frustration stems from a mismatch between their skills and their desires, leaving them feeling incapable or stuck. In such moments, staying calm and acknowledging their feelings is the first step toward resolution. Saying something like, "I see that you're frustrated because the zipper isn't working," validates their emotions and lets them know they're not alone in their struggle. Encouraging a small break to reset their emotions, perhaps through deep breathing or a brief pause, can help them approach the task with renewed focus. Offering gentle guidance without taking over empowers them to problem-solve independently, while praising their effort reinforces resilience. Over time, these strategies teach children that persistence pays off, reducing the likelihood of future frustration-driven meltdowns. Attention-seeking tantrums present another common challenge, often arising when children feel ignored or disconnected. Picture a scenario where your child starts screaming and throwing toys because you're engaged in conversation with someone else. These behaviors are not malicious. Rather, they reflect a deep need for connection. The key to managing attention-seeking tantrums lies in avoiding overreaction. Giving immediate, intense attention, whether positive or negative, reinforces the behavior, so maintaining a neutral response is crucial. Acknowledging their need for engagement while setting clear boundaries, such as saying, "I see you want my attention, but I can't talk while you're yelling," communicates both understanding and expectation. Teaching alternative ways to seek attention, like using words instead of actions, equips children with healthier communication tools. Rewarding positive attempts, such as when they politely ask for your time, reinforces the desired behavior and strengthens the parent-child bond. Sensory overload tantrums occur when a child's environment becomes too overwhelming, triggering an emotional response they cannot control. For instance, a busy shopping mall might lead to screams and covered ears as your child struggles to process excessive noise or visual stimuli. These meltdowns are not about defiance but about sensory sensitivities that some children experience more acutely than others. Removing or reducing the sensory trigger is the first priority. Moving to a quieter space using noise-canceling headphones or providing a comfort object can help ground them. Staying physically close and offering reassurance, such as saying, "It's okay. We'll find a quiet spot together," provides a sense of safety amidst chaos. Guiding them toward calming activities like deep breathing or repetitive movements helps them regain control. Planning ahead for future sensory challenges, by carrying calming tools or preparing them for potentially overwhelming environments, minimizes the risk of similar meltdowns down the road. Power struggle tantrums often arise when children, motivated by a desire for independence, test boundaries to assert control. A typical example is a child refusing to put on their shoes, saying, "I don't want to." While these moments can feel like battles of will, engaging in direct conflict often escalates tension. A more effective approach is to remain calm yet firm, providing leadership without confrontation. For example, instead of simply insisting on compliance, a parent could say, "It's okay to feel upset, but we still need to wear shoes to go outside because it protects your feet." This not only sets clear expectations but also acknowledges the child's emotions and offers a logical reason for the request. Offering limited choices can also help children feel empowered within the set boundaries. Phrasing it as, "Do you want to wear the red shoes or the blue ones?" gives them some control, which can increase their cooperation. Additionally, using cause and effect statements like, "When your shoes are on, we can go to the playground and you'll be able to play with your friends," reinforces the connection between actions and outcomes. Lastly, injecting a bit of humor can lighten the mood and reduce tension, helping the child feel more receptive and less focused on taking control. Overtired or hungry tantrums highlight the profound impact physical needs have on emotional regulation. Consider a child melting down right before dinner because they're starving or overtired. In these cases, identifying the root cause quickly is essential. Saying, "You seem really upset. I think you might be hungry or tired," acknowledges their discomfort and opens the door to immediate relief. Offering a small snack or suggesting a short rest addresses the underlying issue, helping them regain composure. Reducing stimulation during these vulnerable moments, by creating a quiet, soothing environment, further supports their recovery. Planning ahead by keeping snacks on hand, or adhering to a consistent sleep schedule prevents similar meltdowns in the future, ensuring that physical needs remain met. Disappointment tantrums often arise when children struggle to accept limits or delay gratification. For example, crying over not being allowed to buy a toy at the store reflects their difficulty in managing unmet desires. The key to handling these meltdowns lies in validating their feelings without giving in to their demands. Acknowledging their emotions with a statement like, "I know you really want that toy and it's hard to leave it behind," helps them feel understood while reinforcing boundaries. Pair this with a simple explanation such as, "We're here to get what we need today and we're not buying toys right now," to help them understand the reasoning behind your decision. Offering a future alternative like, "We can add it to your wish list for your birthday or another special occasion," redirects their focus and teaches patience. Additionally, encouraging coping strategies such as shifting their attention to another activity or discussing what they already have at home can help them manage their emotions in a constructive way. Preventing disappointment tantrums often starts before the situation even arises. Proactive communication is key. For instance, before heading to the store, set clear expectations by saying, "We're going to the store to pick up specific items. We're not buying any toys today." This prepares your child for what's to come and reduces the likelihood of disappointment when they see something they want. If you anticipate a situation that might trigger a tantrum, preparing your child in advance can make a significant difference. This could involve discussing what will happen, reminding them of the rules, or even brainstorming alternative solutions together before the challenging moment arises. By addressing potential disappointments proactively, you help your child manage their expectations and reduce the frequency of these emotional outbursts. Each type of tantrum requires a nuanced approach, but the overarching principles remain the same: empathy, consistency, and clear boundaries. Understanding what's causing a meltdown helps parents address the root issue, instead of just stopping the behavior. These moments, though challenging, are invaluable opportunities to teach children how to navigate big emotions and build emotional regulation skills over time. With patience and practice, parents can help their children become more self-aware and resilient, creating a calmer and more connected family. Conclusion: embracing the journey. Parenting is a journey filled with moments of joy, discovery, and, inevitably, challenges. Among the most universal of these challenges are tantrums, those intense, often unpredictable outbursts that test the patience and resilience of even the most seasoned parents. Yet, as we've explored throughout this book, tantrums are not merely obstacles to overcome. They are opportunities for growth, connection, and understanding. By shifting our perspective from viewing meltdowns as battles to seeing them as windows into a child's inner world, we open the door to deeper relationships and calmer, more harmonious family dynamics. A key takeaway is the power of prevention. By addressing physical needs, establishing predictable routines, and teaching emotional literacy, parents can significantly reduce the frequency and intensity of meltdowns. Prevention is not about avoiding all difficulties but about equipping children with the tools they need to face life's ups and downs. These proactive strategies create a sense of security and predictability, helping children feel more in control of their world. When prevention fails, and it will because no child is truly tantrum-proof, the skills and insights gained through prevention enable parents to respond with confidence and grace. Remember, progress, not perfection, is the goal. Parenting is messy, unpredictable, and deeply rewarding, and no one gets it right all the time. What matters most is showing up with love, empathy, and a willingness to grow alongside our children. Each small victory, a tantrum handled with patience, a moment of connection during a meltdown, or a child expressing their feelings with words instead of actions, is a testament to the hard work and dedication that go into raising emotionally intelligent, resilient individuals. Finally, let us remember that meltdowns are a phase, not a permanent fixture of childhood. As children develop better communication skills, emotional regulation, and problem-solving abilities, these storms will pass. The tools and strategies you've learned here will stay with you, helping you face future challenges with confidence and grace. You are doing better than you think, and your efforts matter more than you realize. Thank you for embarking on this journey with me. Parenting is filled with both challenges and triumphs. May these insights help you find joy in every stage, strength in each challenge, and a deep, unwavering love in every moment with your incredible child. Thank you for listening to this book. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, I'd be so grateful if you could give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Sharing this content with others who might benefit from it would mean the world to me. Your support helps me continue creating content like this, and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart.